Hello and welcome to yet another episode of the Study Abroad podcast presented by the London School of Leadership, Investment and Technology. I'm your host, Nafis Alum. In this platform, we invite professionals, academics, recent graduates, and lifelong learners. We invite our guests so that you get a head start of your career and academic journey. So, without further ado, I would directly go to Ola to share his side of the story and his journey towards becoming a data scientist. Hi Ola, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm fine, Mr. Navis. Good to be here. And this year actually doing great stuff here. So it will be very nice to actually share my own idea with your current audience. And I think that will be good. Hopefully, we are going to have a nice session today. Yeah, good to be here and good to see you.
Good to have you here, man. Like you've been truly integral part of this community, and you've been working with the Adanian Labs, who have been developing the African and Caribbean community in the UK, and you've been doing a lot of good things about this community. You've been involved in the initiatives that really transform people's life, and that's truly commendable in your career. I mean, how do you manage to do all these things?
Yeah, thank you very much for that. Yes, sincerely, for the past 1 year now, it has really been tough. So my time schedule has really been tight. So I'm one of those people that maybe I spend like 30 minutes or 45 minutes with my phone daily. So my phone is one of the places that you can hardly get me. So I tend to me more than that. So, but actually, it has been nice working with Adanian Lab and be part of this community. And knowing you guys since October last year,
Yeah.
2023, in the summit, yeah, ever since I think we've done a great thing. Yeah, coming to what has actually been transpiring in the last 1 year within me myself at the Lab and being able to manage my school, my studies, the project I'm currently. Yeah, actually, it has not been easy, sincerely. But what I do encourage people to do is whenever you actually want to do something, you want to go into something, it should be something you love to do. It should be something that's okay. You can anytime you wake up from sleep, you do you can always be motivated to do it. I think this is the only thing that can keep it going. Yeah, truly, we are human. There are certain time that you feel tired, you don't want to go, but the fact that you have passion for this is what is going to keep you going. And sincerely, this is what has been keeping me going. That's not been easy with the school. You have to meet up with the project, you have to meet up with the assessment, and at the same time with Adanian Lab, I have to keep up with Adanian Lab projects too. So it has not been easy. And you could recall the last lecture we had in school. You guys were invited. It was fantastic. Yeah, putting that together too was actually a tough one too in January, but it was a success. So far so good. I think my passion has actually led me to this and be able to. So at the same time, I think I'm just somebody that
Yeah.
I think I should add this. I'm somebody that I love data a lot. And the funny aspect is before venturing into AI data science, I my background is actually petroleum engineer, and I was opportune to work around the world. I was in Saudi Arabia, I was in Dubai. So while working as a petroleum engineer, I was also a data engineer and analyst. So what I do most times is we go to the field, we take this parameter from the well, we take this data, and we try to actually analyze them. But as time goes on, I told myself like, okay, I'm an engineer, fine, it's beautiful. I think we need to take this data analysis up a little bit and let's live away from the data engineering, the traditional data engineering we've been used to before. So that is what actually pushed me to actually come into data science and AI. And so far so good, it has been fantastic. Yeah, it has been really, really good.
You have been doing a lot, both for your career and your community, especially the event that you hosted in the University of Hull regarding bridging the gap in the tech industry, especially for the
Yeah,
Nigerian community.
exactly. Yes,
That was quite
yes,
commendable. And it really shows your spirit and your ethos towards working for developing the community. And I'm sure
yeah.
you will find many people in your way who has the same feeling for your own community. So recently, Ola, you are also involved in the project catered to information chatbots, which is an automated system for the businesses to deal with a large amount of emails, queries, and other things from the client side. Would you like to explain something about that? What the project is all about, and what are your visions and objectives regarding that?
Thank you, Mr. Navis, for that. I think it's actually a good one to actually maybe we discuss about this what is currently happening in the tech industry and in the world as a whole. So let me put it that way. Yeah, if you notice for the past 1 year now, there's been recent development in terms of AI, and me having to have maybe a second teacher like chatbots, then you'll be able to communicate with them fluently. So it's something that has actually been going on for a while now. And recently, within the university sector, and there's a lot of company now trying to incorporate this AI into their own system too. Everybody now, there is a lot of researches going on. So that is where it now come into play, because when we talk about chatbot, and we talk about the LLM, which are the large language model behind the chatbot, is a very expensive something to build. So I think the Chat GPT-3, I think they said it was trained around $4 million. If I'm correct, I think I have to double check that. So, but this is actually expensive. This is what I'm trying to. It's not every company that can actually avoid this. So it's too expensive. So what most of them try to do now is that there's something we call customization. So I take this large this model they've already trained on a large volume of data, then I take it, then I customize it on my own data. So I'm actually going to get almost the same output, if not better than the output, or the same output, if not better than what it has been trained for. So, and it's more straightforward. So when I'm actually relating with this chatbot now, what I'm actually getting is going to be related to my own particular company or this particular business. So that is what is actually going on currently in the world now. And I just want to encourage people is AI is here to stay, and I can say it's not going to take anybody's job. Because I think this is a fear all over the world now. I was in one of these when we wanted to start this project. I was one of their company, and unfortunately, I was with the receptionist, and what thing the receptionist was asking me was that, is it true AI is going to take my job? And I was like, no, it's not going to take your job. What AI is going to do is that you are going to brave up to be able to learn how to actually use this AI. So AI is coming to help us. It's not coming to take our job. However, it will require us to actually upgrade our skills a little bit to be able to use this AI perfectly. And one of the things you can actually do to be able to do that is there's currently course every year now about prompt engineering or prompts, and also having the right prompt to also help you to actually get the right answer from this LLM or this chatbot. So to summarize this, so we are trying to actually build a chatbot to customize it on a company data. Currently, we are still going. It's still work. It's still work in progress, and definitely we are going to get it done hopefully.
Absolutely right about the fear that people have having. They're hosting that their job might be replaced with the latest technologies, but at the same time, for most of the communities that we are building, that they want to scale up their business, they want to do more with their business. When they are trying to like handle a huge amount of clients, huge amount of customers, they want to make it systematic and automated so that humans can do more and do something that really pushes their business forward. So it's just outsourcing, leveraging the activities to the technology, and that's when you step in to build a latest technology to help small businesses to grow. And also it completely goes with the ethos of the Adanian Labs UK, the recent uh, Windrush initiative that the whole ecosystem is having, especially to grow and make the small businesses become competitive, and to scale up their business. They are going to groom the people so that they can have a larger amount of business, and they can come up in this competitive world so that they can compete in the international market. So can you please enlighten about this initiative that Adanian Labs is recently planning for the Afro-Caribbean community in the UK?
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Novice. Yeah, for Adanian Lab, we just plan to actually give back to the community. We are doing a lot to help the community and to help ourselves and to help individual that has a zeal to want to actually build something. So some of them have the zeal, but there's no funding, there's no guidance, there's no mentor. So this is what Adenial Life stand for. Adenial Lab and its partners and our partners, this is what we actually stand for, to be able to groom these people, mentor them, and see how we can make their business grow. So coming to that, we are about to launch. The registration is opening 7th of May. So in the next 2 days, 1 or 2 days is going to be open, and this encourage every individual part of Afro African community to actually partake in it. So the idea is to have people that have something they want to build in terms of business, and you want to showcase it to the world, for the world to see. So we are creating an avenue with our partners to be able to, for you to come and showcase it. And at the end of the day, we are going to have the top three. And from there on, with this 1 year incubator with learning, and you are going to get maximum support from us. And hopefully, we'll see your business at the top, at the most top level. So that is the idea. It's opening. We currently, you can check
Yeah.
Adenia Lab, our website, adenialab.io. Then you can register from there. It's going to be open for almost a month, between 7th of May to 7th of June. So we hope, if we have, is this also an opportunity? If you have a business you actually want to grow, you want to, this is an opportunity for you. You can go to the site, and you can, if you have any information you need to know, you can at the same time contact Mr. Navis. You can direct it to me. If you can have my contact later on, it will be good too. So I can share you the details if you're interested. We just need people that are committed, people that have passion for this, and they actually want to grow. So it's our own turn to give back to the community and to see how we can develop talents within this community. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for inviting all the startups and the entrepreneurs out there who can really come and collaborate with Adanian Labs in this ecosystem. And with the Windrush initiative, I think anyone who have a smaller idea that they want to develop it over time, they can stay into the incubator program, and then learn about the business, and learn and equip with the tools and techniques that is required to be in this competitive world. That's quite an initiative, I must say. It's gonna help a lot of lives. It's gonna create a lot of jobs as well, and I'm sure people's lives are gonna be easier.
Yeah.
So, Ola, I just want to dive our conversation in a way that if we talk about the self development, like you're a data scientist, you're willing to become a data scientist, and in the future, you will be working with a lot of data. So, can you please explain why data is quite important for the businesses?
Okay, thank you very much. To be sincere, uh, data speaks a lot. So data is like a trend that is actually happening, and I think for the past years we've been overlooking this trend. So now every company or every small business have to be able to collect the data, and not just collecting the data, collect a very good data. So when you have this data, it's very good for you to be able to, especially in this tech world now, for you to be able to know more about your customer. What are your customer doing? And this is what we call in data science, what we call it. Maybe you want to perform sentimental analysis. You want to know what's your customer are talking about. Are they saying good thing about my business? Are they saying bad thing about my business? What are the way that I can actually improve on? These are what you are going to get from as a data. If you have your data with you, these are what you're going to get from your data analysis stuff. So you are going to know what your cost. So that is why, and when you know what your customer wants, then what next do you think will happen to your business? Definitely are going to make a more profit, because you are now going to satisfy your customer more. So they are going to get, you are going to satisfy them more, and definitely you have more customer to come to get your products. And so data is something that is very important. That is not the only thing you get from data, not only the sentimental. There are also stuff you can actually get from your data. You can use it to predict your sales. How is your sales going? When am I likely going to have the better sale during the day, maybe during the week, in the hour of the day? All this is what data will do for you. So this can only be done when you have the data available. So it's easy for
Yeah.
us to predict, okay, make yourself ready. On Wednesday, you are likely going to have more sales based on your data. Oh, on Saturday by 5 p.m., this is where you have most of your customer coming to buy. So, and this makes you to also be ready. You have more product on ground to satisfy your customer. And so there is a large bunch of stuff you can get from your data. So, and there's a lot of stuff you can get from your data. And at the end of the day, the purpose is actually to make your business and to make more profit. Yeah.
Right, right. That's quite enlightening, especially for the students that we always deal in our ecosystem, and considering the advantages of you when you learn about data, considering the advantages for the businesses when they can crack the behavior of their customers with the data is quite
Yeah.
intriguing for them. It helps them to strategize the policies, the business plan, and what people to target. Considering all the benefits, we deal with a lot of students who are willing to study data science. So there's one common questions among all our mentees and all our learners, that what is the difference between a data analyst and a data scientist? So can you please elaborate on that point? What are the things that they should start before?
Okay, yeah, thank you for that. I think I will just make it very straightforward. In terms of when you talk about data analysis, you are talking about everything about your data, and maybe you are doing your small analysis. You are getting to know more of your customers, doing some little prediction, getting your visualization done, and doing some stuff. But when it comes to data science, you take a step further, which means I'm going to be predicting some model. After getting this data, you do all the cleaning process and lots of things like you will go ahead and be building model to actually be able to know more about your customer to make to have a more predictive result and be able to target your customer. For data analysis, you do more of what will I say it? Explaining every process you take in. You do more of explanation about each step you are taking. So it's more like let me see the best way to and data science. We There's no a constant or definite definition for them, and both of them are interchangeably used together. So it's difficult for you. We have different lot of definition for them, but what I will actually say that what distinguish both of them most of the time is in the world of data science, or as a data scientist, what we have to get used to is you are going to get used to the programming language which you actually use to build your machine learning model. So if you are actually coming in as a data scientist, so you should be ready for that. You are actually going to learn more about programming language, and you are going to be building a model to solve a particular problem or to solve a particular target a company is looking for. But all these are not really required for you to build a model as a data analysis. You almost of all the job you'll be doing, the work you'll be doing, it will just be based on the analysis. Okay, check the correlation between the price and maybe the price and other variables within your data. So that is it. And you can, as a data analyst, you can use various tools apart from programming language. So you can use something like uh, Power BI to actually be able to get your visualization, build a very good dashboard. But for data science area, believe me, you have to be ready to actually get into work of getting to learn how to code and code very well, and to build a very good model, your prediction model to predict one variable from other variables. This is what you're going to be doing. But as a data analysis, you won't do much of this. But the further aspect is they are so interlinked together that if you work as a data analysis for some time, your chances of actually going to be a data science is becoming more higher. And in fact, most people move from being a data analysis to being a data science because you just have a little more space for you to cover. And because you've been playing with this data for a longer time, it's easier for you to blend in and work and come in and work as a good data scientist. So both of them are interlinked. There's no definite definition for either one of them, but I think that is just the distinct difference between both of them.
Thank you, Ola. Thanks for clearing out the air between what a data analyst and what a data scientist is. So, according to you, it's mostly like two different separate things. One is especially about building dashboards and analyzing the data and taking business decision, and the data scientist is something that you need to learn coding, you need statistics, you need maths, and then you could come up to like developing what to do with the data and how to handle those things. So these are two
Yeah.
separate things that came out from the talk that we had today. At the same time, they also have this question that what what are the tools they need to have while getting into data science? I mean,
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Navis. So that is actually a very good question because I believe if you actually know what you need, it's easier for you to get started with these tools, even on your own, in your room. your bedroom while your bed, you can get started and start to do something. Yeah, if you look at it critically, one of the good thing is, as a data science come across every discipline. So irrespective of the discipline you are into, you can come in into data science and work extremely very fine. However, there are certain core skills you must have, which is number one, you must have an idea of programming, having able to actually code. And in the world of data science today, we have two major programming language that is widely used. The number one is the Python. Python is in fact, it has the largest community when it comes to data scientists, and I can bet you there's a lot of resources out there for you to be able to. So then we come in to R. R2 is a very good programming language that is second behind Python, and is doing very great, especially in the visualization and the statistic part of it. So R is very good. So another tools you'll be needing generally is the data himself. And I will encourage you that people tend to overlook this, but I'll say it's part of your tools. Try to belong to a community. Try to belong somewhere is a choose. I'll give you for example. Oh, I found it very difficult before to just wake up and be motivated about projects in data science world. But when I tend to actually belong to, I do a lot of stuff with cargo. So which I will encourage everybody coming as a data science, we have to visit cargo. With cargo, you don't need to think about the data you're going to use. You don't need to think about the process. There's already an outline there that you can actually follow to be able to. So little by little, you can build your stuff. You can build your project. Yeah. Another thing you'll be needing is you may need your to have a JIT. What do I mean by JIT? Is JIT and JIT up. Let me put it together. JIT and JIT up work for us in the industry is something that help you to keep track of your project. And the JIT up is a website that help you to host your project to the whole world to see. So if you just finish a project, you can showcase it on GitHub, and you see people looking at your project and see. So another one you can also have is you have to have a bit of mathematics. So I would just say, even though you are coming from the world of being a lawyer, you still should be able to count your salary. So you are not good in mathematics. Yeah, everybody knows, but when it comes to money, you should be able to deal with your money. The same to apply in data science. You should be able to do basic statistic problem. You should be able to solve basic statistic problem. It's not necessary should be to be an huge one. So you have to have a knowledge of statistics in you. Then another one you should have is you should be able to know how to present, because this is what happened in the data science world. Presentation is your thing. So you are not going to come and display your code, everything to the management to tell them how you solve this problem. You are going to come in like a presentation to showcase to them. This is how this is a process we got to before we got to. So you should have this skills of this presentation skill. So it's also a very vital stuff for as a data science, even not data science guys, also for data analysis guys. So it's also very important. Should be able to have a very good presentation. So when I mean good presentation now, it means you have to be very good with your PowerPoint. So now your skill is expanding little by little. You are going to be very good with your or PowerPoint, be able to get a good slides and get a good visualization, because you need to capture your audience, you need to capture your the management and be able to pass your message effectively. This guy don't understand coding, they don't, it's only you that understand code, it's only you that speak with coding, them they don't understand. So you should have a very good knowledge about presentation. And if you don't have one, it's something you can learn. Something you can learn is over time. So when you get started little by little, definitely you're going to improve. So that is another skills you need to have. And let me cap it all with a little one, which I would say a little bit of maths. Yeah, as a data science, you have to have a little bit of math. So your knowledge of math now determine the field, the area you're actually applying your skills. So there are some discipline that the math is more demanded than some discipline. So you have to actually put this into mind too. But in general, you'll be needing maths too along your way. So I think that is it. So I'll cap it all or summarize it with this. So you'll be needing I think number one, I say programming language, and I recommend Python and R. Then we move to that to actually belong to a community like cargo community to see the current project, the current trend, and you too can also belong to there. And I also like share like you should be able to know how to use Git and GitHub to track your project and to be able to showcase it to your fellow data scientists or tech around the world. Then we'll move on to you knowing more about statistics, a little bit about statistics. Then we finally talk about the mass of all. There are still a bunch of all other ones, but these are just a little one to just cap it for once. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. I feel like this is like a treasure for all the data scientists out there. The advices and the techniques and the places that you mentioned in this conversation is absolutely like a pool of tools that you mentioned. And I'm glad that you mentioned about like the programming language, the community building, and the basic textual knowledge on statistics and mathematics. Thank you, Ola, for all these informations that we have gathered, talking to you in this platform, and about your endeavors and your activities and your career prospects that you shared with us is truly an inspiring a piece of advice for most of our learners who are watching this podcast today. And we are glad to have you here. We will be inviting you more into our podcast, given the amount of queries that we receive. We want to do another episode where we can explain a bit, elaborate about the tips and tricks that we need from our mentees side. So thank you so much for coming today, and I'm sure we will hear from you in the future again. So that's all from my side. If you have anything to add, you can add, Ola, and I'm just gonna be happy to hear from you. Your last piece of advice and tips and trick for our learners.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, the last thing I will actually be able to tell the audience is if you are willing and we want to come into the data science world, is still growing, so more people are still needed. But one thing I will advise is you should get ready. It's not something you just come and you think is you find it. Though it is easy, but it requires a lot of hard work for you to reach the top. And you should know that okay, there are already people there, so you can come in with your own stuff and be able to reach the top in a very quick time duration. So I will encourage you, prepare your mind, be ready to spend most of your time on your system, trying to analyze data, trying to build model, and trying to get a good result, build a community. So that is my take, and I hope to see you guys some other time too, both the audience, and I hope we'll have this some other times again. Maybe next time we talk about AI as a whole, where it's actually today we've devoted most of the time to data science. Maybe sometime in the future we'll talk about AI, the current trend in AI. So it will be very nice to have this some other time. And it's nice to meet you, Mr. Navis. It's actually been a
Right,
pleasure.
right.